So I guess I'll start the video off with saying who I am, where I'm from. I'm Scott McConnell and I'm from Belfast and I'm 20 years old. And at the minute I can barely move and struggle to do day-to-day normal activities. I basically can't move my arms. When I walk incredibly slowly. I basically shuffle at the minute. I can't, basically the distance in between each step is very small. I struggle to walk up and down the stairs. I even struggle that basically my shoulder mobility is gone, and it feels like I'm constantly, everything's tight. It almost feels like I'm almost in like a straitjacket all the time, but like over my whole body. And like if I walk up the stairs, I would easily, it's like I'm extremely fragile. I would feel like I would pull a hamstring. It feels like I'm constantly twinging and pulling muscles, and basically my mobility is gone, and I am in quite a bit of pain because of it, especially in the sort of shoulders and hips and basically everywhere. But the major mobility issues seem to be in my shoulders, as in I can barely move my arms. I can't take my t-shirt on and off. It causes pain, and when I get assistance with people raising my arm, I could maybe get it to about halfway. And I've not always been like this. It started maybe about a year ago when the initial symptoms, and I got to the stage of where I'm like this now, maybe about 5 months ago. But as I said, the first symptoms were I've basically, I'll give you a bit of a backstory. I've been basically almost my whole life I've been sort of athletic, and I've been really into martial arts basically my whole life since I was 9 years old. And I said I'm now 20, and I've always been into fitness and movement and martial arts my whole life. Jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, and when I was 16 I then went into Brazilian Jiu-jitsu and mixed martial arts, and competed a few times, and just to explain the fitness level. A year and a half ago I could do the splits. I could comfortably do a crab span, so I was quite flexible. Could comfortably throw high kicks and roundhouses and spinning kicks and with relative ease, and I could do 20 put-ups in a row. And so as you can say, I wasn't the fittest person in the world, but I was definitely fitter than the average person. And as I was saying, one day, I would start to get niggly sort of injuries, but nothing to overly concern yourself. And I was thinking at the time it could have been overtraining, but obviously it wasn't. There was obviously something else going on. And I remember one day when I was on a pull-up bar, and I think I was doing pull-ups, or I could have just been hanging on it, but I felt like a pop in the back of my shoulder. And when it healed, it turned out it became like a wing and scapula, and since then basically everything went downhill. I could, even though I still had the rest of my body was still flexible and mobile, basically I couldn't do any strength training anymore, so I basically decided to basically try and heal up with physio exercises, and nothing was working. And also at this time I started hurting myself. Things were getting stiffer, especially in my legs. All of a sudden felt like my flexibility was going, and I was basically hurting myself quite a bit, not seriously, but just twinges all the time. Realised I've been having a lot of not necessarily spinal pain, but I do definitely have a bit of a curve in the spine, and I don't know if this is the cause of it, if it's just I'm not sure if it's the root cause or if it's just if it's just manifested because of the way I am. But so I remember one day when I was walking basically just around the corner, and I felt this shooting, stabbing pain in the side of my hip, and it was extremely painful. And for about 2 weeks after, it was some constant pains, and basically the side of my hip, the top of the thigh almost. And ever since then, it started popping and making popping and cracking noises. Like when I would sit down in the chair, it would make like a popping sound and a cracking sound, and sometimes walking up the stairs it would pop, and nowadays if I turn fast, I can't turn because of it. It's extremely painful. My hips even are so sore that it's absolutely painful to stand with my feet close together. And when it comes to my legs being wide, also like spreading my legs wide hurts as well. And the other ones started getting a bit bad as well, so I've got a lot of severe hip pain, and basically that stopped a lot of my walking about. And one day it got really bad where when I was doing the sort of simple arm raises, just raising my arm up and down, there was a lot of popping and cracking going on in the shoulder. And then a few hours later, next thing you know, basically debilitating pain, shooting pains the whole way down my arm. And I was thinking sometime, if it somehow completely tore my rotator cuff, which is completely stupid because there was no actual big motion to cause that, but it did hurt quite a bit. And then a few days later, the pain still hadn't went away, and of course I'm doing everything with the other arm, and next thing you know, the other arm felt like it went. When I was reaching for milk from the fridge, I felt a pop in the back of the shoulder, and yet again shooting pains down the arm. And this is when we basically had to accept that there was something going on. There had to be a reason that it just wasn't normal anymore. And we went to A&E. Basically A&E says, you're not dying, so go to your GP and figure something out. And went to the GP. Basically realised that since it's my whole body, they sent me actually originally to a rheumatologist to see if I had arthritis anywhere. All their tests came up negative, and so they were basically, after all the blood work came back and nothing came back, they were basically saying, it's nothing to do with us, bye. And at this time I didn't really know what to do, and it was gradually getting worse and worse. So we finally got my GP to send me to a neurologist, and basically, as I was saying, eventually the neurologist came back, and basically he says my nerves seem fine. My nervous system, basically from what he can tell, I'm okay. He can't really see why it's happening. And that was actually only about maybe 2 months ago, a month ago maybe even. Losing track here, but yeah, it was actually about a month ago. And basically now we're left in the dark a bit. He said, we may be interested in going to a physio and trying to move a bit. And basically that's the conclusion I came to after the neurology. I basically realised, I can't let this continue, sort of thing. I'm at the stage it can't really almost get much worse anyway. Getting up off the seat, to be completely honest, I'm slower and weaker than a 90-year-old. There's absolutely no strength in my body. I'm extremely fragile, as I was saying, and I gotta basically, even if I'm in pain, I gotta get my mobility back somehow. And even if this never sorts itself, I gotta do something. I can't let this continue. I've gotta get some dependency back. So I say I'm gonna have to start moving, even if it's painful. I'm just gonna have to move through it and with it, move around it, and find a way. Find somehow I need to, somehow I can get better. And as I was saying, with a physiotherapy will probably help a lot, but God knows when they'll actually organise the physio for me. So I've basically decided I've got to start moving myself, and I've got to find a way to get better. So basically I'm going to start doing video blogs, if you will, on the journey, to see if I can get back to some sort of normality, and to see if I can heal myself, to see if movement can heal me. So pretty much it. You know.